Hello and welcome to Take Time. I'm your host, Patrick Marlett. Today we're taking a look at two vintage designs reborn. Like a phoenix from the ashes, Yema has arisen in true heroic form. Considered both exceedingly practical and impregnable a design for its time, the Superman's origin begins in 1963. A professional dive watch so well constructed it became standard issue for the French Air Force. This is the Yema Superman, both its mechanical reincarnation and a brand new Quartz variant. Disclaimer, these watches were lent to the channel. Now, as I like to do with all of my reviews, let's start with some bad notes first, but not before pointing out a few differences between the two models. The Quartz model features an aluminum insert opposed to the sapphire insert of the mechanical version. Notably, only the Quartz variant features Lume on the bezel. You'll also note that the Quartz model features a 20 Atmos water resistance rating to the mechanical's 30 Atmos rating. This may or may not apply to you collectors, but do bear that in mind. Lastly, the mechanical version sapphire crystal has a domed crystal with light magnifying lens effect for better dial readability. This is a quote from Yema's site. I haven't noticed much difference in clarity myself, but I'll let you be the judge. These models are screaming to feature a bidirectional friction-based bezel. Instead, the Yemas are modernized to feature a 120-click unidirectional bezel. Due to the nature of the Superman's locking mechanism, there's truly no reason not to have gone with a bidirectional option that went clickless. As these locks hold the bezel in place once fully secured to the case side, I can't see why this change occurred from its original design. If you happened to manually remove the locking bracket, perhaps then the current setup would benefit the user. But as it is now, it's largely impractical. One touch that should have been modernized on both models are the Bracelet Links. Both Supermen feature cotter pins holding the links in place. When much of the industry is moving towards screw-in links, it'd be nice to see this change with Yema's modern lineup as well. As a heritage design, perhaps that is why this link system was used, but I feel like I'm only making excuses for the Superman. I'd have at least liked to have seen screw-in links implemented on the pricier mechanical variant. Perhaps we'll see this update with future models. Both of the watches are executed brilliantly. While the Quartz version takes on a more rugged approach, the mechanical version is true to the original design in both dimensions and detailing. With its highly polished case, look-alike Bakelite sapphire bezel insert, and picture-perfect dial with the same water resistance rating as the original from 1963. The Quartz, however, has a completely brushed chassis, with matching locking bracket and bracelet links. You'll notice the attention to detail given to both models in regards to styling, as both feature bracelets of exceptional quality with matched finishing. The only aesthetic similarities between the two bracelets are the polished center links. Otherwise, they're functionally the same design. Outside of the aforementioned cotter pins, the build is solid and matched in quality between the two models. This was surprising to find, that despite the price disparity, the Quartz version received the same quality bracelet and clasp, but with a new finishing. The team at Yema clearly didn't take this Quartz version lightly. They sought to create a model that was similar yet different in execution, and they succeeded. Although I don't have it listed as a fault, I do find the lack of Lume on the mechanical version disconcerting. I know for a lot of us collectors, even just a pip at the 12 would have sufficed. I feel this was a missed opportunity here, but the way in which the bezel was executed is just lovely. So I'll give this model a pass. However, I do want to take this moment to praise, yet again, the Quartz version. It does feature a pip at the 12. And call me old school, I actually prefer aluminum inserts on my bezels. Also, the luminance provided by both these models, Superluminova, C1 on the Quartz and C5 on the mechanical, is outstanding. They are on par in terms of brightness and longevity, despite the compounds used. Now before I get to my verdict, let's take a look at the Yema Superman heritage on my 7¼ inch wrist. Of all Yema's Superman dial variations, both past and present, I'm glad this Heritage Blue made a return. It is easily my favorite design by the brand, being the most unique amongst their diving range, with a brilliant blue sunray finish that is timeless. However, if I were to recommend just one, the mechanical is for purists, but the Quartz is for everyone, from adventure seekers to enthusiasts alike. As I've matured as a collector, I've realized reliability and practicality are what I favor in a watch. These Quartz Yema Supermen, they are exactly that, but in one of the most attractive diving cases ever made. Excellent work, Yema. Excited to see the evolution of the Superman throughout the years to come. Again, my name is Patrick Marlett, and thank you for the time.